very popular race venue near the Victorian ski resort of Mount Hotham. Each year on Australian Cup Day in March, a big crowd packs the tiny town of Swifts Creek Swifts Creek Circuit, I should say, to sample what they call alpine racing. Popular local identity Robert McHenry introduced the cameras to some of the characters of Swifts Creek.
They call it alpine racing. The Tambo Valley Racing Club has the freshest air of any track in Australia, being 4,000 feet above sea level. To a pretty spot they arrive, the Alpine Serenity, topped by a day at the races, real country style.
Absolutely fantastic so far. Great weekend's racing, all out, having a bit of fun. Glad to be a part of it. Hopefully be back here next year bigger and better than ever.
Yeah, it's very nice to come back here each year, Robert, and see the people and be part of picnic racing. I think it's the grassroots of racing, and the higher ups in the city have got to realise that and give more funding towards our picnic clubs.
And how are you travelling financially?
I've lost all my money.
You've lost all your money. Now, do you think those horses you've got in Queensland with Bruce McLaughlin could be competitive here, or are they just far too slow? This is going live to air, Bo. You never lost a word. But we've got you this time.
I think we'll leave them up there.
I'd like to congratulate the club on the way they've turned the track out, and they've brought the people along here today, and it's a beautiful day, and we've got quality horses, quality riders, and quality officials, of course. Mr. Hutchins might like to say a few words as well.
Mr. Hutchins.
Yes, it's probably the best we've ever seen it, and it's an absolute tribute to the club that it's in the condition that it's in.
On the track, Tracy Brabham made a winning start to the Swifts Creek Cup program aboard High Tab.
Trying out the outside, trying. It's High Tab in front, though, near the line, and High Tab scores the length.
And after claiming the first race, Tracy was back in the winner's circle a couple of races later aboard Tiangar Bay.
Just in front, Tiangar Bay against Warren on the inside, and one around his mouth, going home the better. Tiangar Bay scores a length and a quarter on the line.
Plaudits for the rider from trainer Jim Jarvis.
Finally thank me jockey. Well, she works for me at home there at Cranbourne, and the poor little girl's got to be out for 12 months. She had a bit of a dust up, and she's got 2 plates in her arm, and this will be a last ride today here at Swifts Creek for about 12 months. So if she happens to get up in the next 2 races, give her a little bit of an applause for a kid that's hellish and dedicated to the cause, and they don't get a lot out of it. So if she does win, cheer her all the way down the straight. Thanks.
Off the track, activities of all styles and sounds. Sound effects, that is, where the young racegoers dominated proceedings. Add to that a plane load of sweet treasures for the youngsters and a special category of fashion for the juniors. There were racegoers of all ages, this lady celebrating her 90th birthday in the Alpine region.
Do you think you'll be back here in 10 years' time?
Well, you never know. I'll be 100 then.
Then there were those whose numbers just didn't change, like this bulldozer driver.
Half a dozen. How many horses you got?
Half a dozen.
Half a dozen. How many beers did you have last night?
Half a dozen.
Half a dozen. How many races will you win today?
The party atmosphere aside, the attention turned to the track for the feature, the 2002 Swifts Creek Cup. The crowd gets a good look at the field as they start in the home straight and then race around the tight circuit before a final sprint to the line. It was a good result for the Ray Zero backers when Great Supremo won. Trainer Neil Hillsville was tied up with another race, so the winning rider accepted the Cup trophy to complete a memorable day of alpine racing. Victoria's Racing Minister Rob Hulls weighed in with his support of a successful country meeting.
This is what racing's all about. If you've got the choice of being at Metropolitan Racing today or at Swifts Creek Cup, why wouldn't you be at Swifts Creek Cup? sensational race meeting, and can I say that these types of meetings, these picnic meetings, are certainly the backbone of local communities, and that's why the government is very keen to support picnic racing, to support country racing, because without strong picnics, without strong country racing, you can't have strong metropolitan racing.
They say a picture tells 1,000 words. At Swifts Creek, the stories continued long into the night, or so the pictures say.
Hold on to be a part of this living, to be a hard way to go.
Sit off for me now, Grandpa.
And Tony, I think that's a race meeting that we could all enjoy going to.
Yeah, you better believe it, Terry. I think a lot of people had a load of fun there that day, and that's what on-course racing is all about, isn't it?
Yeah, lovely little setting too, with the mountain peaks in the background, track looking in great order. And one thing about it, from all the pictures we saw, everyone certainly enjoyed themselves for the day.
They did. It looked a marvellous day. It was just a terrific race meeting, that's for sure. A little bit of a reverse camber coming into the straight. We mentioned that earlier on. I think they might have to have a look at their camber too.
I don't think they're going to worry about that too much, Tony. Now, what about our country collective? A couple of horses you've got highlighted. One of them I was very impressed with at Caloundra, but you're going to start at Newcastle this week?
I reckon we should, Terry. We'll go to Newcastle on Saturday. We know a fair bit about this horse, Viva La Vie. He was first up after a break, now trained by Joseph Pride, and he returned in a middle. Well, it was a 1,500 metre race there on Saturday at Newcastle. He's in the lilac sleeves there, yellow cap. And, well, if you go back in his form there he is running second in the Caloundra Cup last July to a horse called Henderson Bay.
Maestro Maker in front, Nasalia in the middle, on the outside Viva La Vie. Viva La Vie works up to Maestro Maker, takes the front clear of Nasalia and 99, and some nice bets are going to come off here. Viva La Vie cruising down to the post to win by 2. Viva La Vie from Maestro Maker, Nasalia third from 99, Rough Justice.
He was very solidly supported there, Viva La Vie, on the strength of a few good barrier trials, and he appears to have come back extra well, Terry, so I think we better keep an eye out for him during the Brisbane Carnival.
Joseph Pride, his new trainer?
Yeah.
Formerly with Neville, of course.
Exactly. Well, Neville's got the stable firing big time there with Henderson Bay, but Joseph looks to have a nice prospect there too, Viva La Vie.
The next one you're going to show, Tone, I happened to see it accidentally when I was at the races, and it was a very impressive performance by a horse by the name of?
A horse by the name of Wagstaff, and it won't be an accident to have a look at him in future, I'd say, Terry. We'll all be keen to have a look at him. He's a lightly raced horse trained by Bruce McLaughlin by Secret Savings. On Sunday afternoon, he went around in the final race at the Sunshine Coast, and there was a fair bit of petrol in the tank with this fellow, a big chestnut, Secret Savings.
Larkspur, and Exemplar is the last one on the home turn, 4.50 to go, and Koza steadied around the turn narrowly in front of Crazy Cotton, followed by Servo. Wider out then came Just Faith. I'm looking for Wagstaff. It's going to go right up on the inside in the blue colours, and he is coming with a rush, even though a few lengths off them. Koza in front of the 200 metre mark, beat off Crazy Cotton. Here comes Wagstaff powering home along the inside. Koza a length in front of the 100. Wagstaff's coming with a real rush. Wagstaff swept through, took the lead in the top. He's home. Wagstaff goes away to beat Koza. Third, Crazy Cotton. Then came Servo, followed by Just Faith, Lord Larkspur. Joggerama, then came Brother...
By Secret Savings, Wagstaff, and well, that was a terrific win from a horse that was only racing for the 4th time, Terry.
Yeah, very impressive. The Secret Savings, Tane, I've always been a rap for the horse because he was such a great racehorse, but his bloodlines are absolutely impeccable. His horses are now coming to the fore.
Yeah, for sure. Dash for Cash, Shook, I think it's by... I think it might be by Dane Wynn,
yeah.
But yeah, he's got a heck of a lot of good horses. Maxie Lee's got a couple of good Secret Savings. So, yeah, he might just be another one to tack onto the list, I'd say.
Okay, Tane, that's about it for this week. Plenty more good cup meetings coming up, and don't forget Hawkesbury with their big rolling mile coming up on Sunday.
Yeah, that's the star meeting as far as the non-metropolitans go, I'd say, Terry.
Okay, Tane, nice having your company. Nice having your company at home too, folks. That's Off the Beaten Track for this week. Plenty of